Bernard being on fire when called upon. Played out. Oh, and now there's Buns and Hewlett, and I think that's Win Hewlett.
Well, do you know what though? Buns did a really good job. Massive hit by Hewlett. Buns kind of initiated it, came to him to, step in, and Hewlett kind of knew he was coming. So I don't think Buns will get an instigator. He might do.
Well, Hewlett is heading straight off.
I think it's a big hit there, and as Buns comes, he's already. I don't even know if Buns was coming into, but he already had his hand up for the hit. So I think the Storm will get a penalty for the hit.
Well, Buns' gloves are still into the zone. Gets it right across Spencer, and now Fossier and Valorant. Well, I wasn't expecting this. Fossier and Valorant drop the gloves. They're tied up. There's not really many punches being thrown. But Fossier looking to try and get his team going. And then gets a couple in. I don't think any landed on either man there, to be honest.
No, I think it's, two guys that, probably don't do that too much. But, someone like Fossier, great for him. He's just trying to get the guys going. I think, sometimes when you don't feel it offensively, you got to try and do something. And, I think Fossier obviously, I wouldn't say instigated it, but he was probably certainly the aggressor there. But I think that's great to see. I think Danny should be really happy with that. You can hear this crowd, and Fossier knows Panthers haven't got much going tonight, and he's going to do what he can.
Constable back on the ice. Very good kill by the Coventry Blaze. And now I think there's going to be a penalty against Jordan Kelsall, and now gloves are dropped. It's Kelsall and Constable. Kelsall obviously looking for retribution for that hit. And the linesman straight in. The crowd want them to go.
Yeah, I think Kelsall's obviously going to get the first penalty. I think it was maybe for a high stick, and then probably 5 each for fighting, I would say.
Well, penalties will be timed at 26 minutes and 29 seconds. Jordan Kelsall does as well.
Yeah, Kelsall gives him the cross-check up high. Do you know what? I wonder if they might look at that cross-check by Kelsall. I hate to say it, but you have a look there. You obviously didn't see the replay there, but when Kelsall comes in here, you see Kelsall.
Ooh. Yeah, that's high.
I don't think there's too much. There's not much force in it, but it's definitely a high cross-check. And then so they're obviously both going to get 5 for the fight. Yeah,
Tom Perring and Joe Saul returning to the ice.
I think that door's opening, the Panthers' door.
Yeah, he's gone. So Jordan Kelsall is thrown out of the game.
So Constable got 2 as well.
Yeah, so they've got 2. No, they've got two each for roughing.
Oh, do they not get a 5 for that?
No, they got 2. They got 2 each for roughing, and Jordan Kelsall has been given a 5+ game penalty.
Nottingham attempt to clear the lines. Here's a big hit, comes in from Greasock, and a big hit from Orrisson. And there's going to be a scrap in the neutral zone as Buns goes straight after Orrisson. 2 fights in 2 nights for the Blaze, having not had one all year. Orrisson has landed a big uppercut to down Buns. And the Blaze, big number 64, gets the Blaze fans on their feet. He was the recipient of a big hit, gave one back. Buns went straight after the former Philadelphia Flyers man, and a big old uppercut took Davis Buns down to the ice.
I'm very distracted by Engelbert Humperdinck, I've got to say.
There we go, yeah, it's all kick off.
Well, let's getting the crowd going earlier. These two had a wee chat before the game, and this must have been arranged. Oh, he's let him stand back up again, pull it up, tail over the top. switches hands as well. Uppercuts in from Tello. Tello stays on his feet though. Tello trying to drag the jersey over the helmet. That will bring a stoppage. Yeah, well, a decent tussle from both players. And they will head to the benches and the building erupts. Yeah, I saw them having a wee chat in the warm-up. I'm sure that's just coincidence.
Yeah, it looks like that was a planned moment.
Well, what's going to be funny is when these fight accounts put that together.
Yeah.
It will be the only fight clip ever in the history of ice hockey that mentions Engelbert Humperdinck before it starts. Claim to fame. Yes.
There's always a first for everything. Right?
That's it.
There we go.
Joey Martin gets that over, but the buzzer is going to go. And there's words being had between Donaghy. Oh!
Love that.
Oh, Fossier gets hit, and now it's all kicking off by the bench. I think the Devils are going to be in trouble. Fossier was having words, and a punch came in. Didn't quite see who it was. It was Donaghy and Fossier who were having words.
It was Duggan, I think.
And it looks like Brandt has probably been chucked from the game. But he scores a brilliant goal to get his team back in it, and then he does something like that, which will probably put his team on a 5-minute power play. You see, yeah, just why would you do that?
Oh yeah, it was Brandt. Yeah, I thought it was Duggan initially, but
and still words are being had. McWilliam now, and McWilliam is not afraid to drop the gloves, and I'm sure McWilliam will be having something to say in the third period. Oh, now this space, Joko Niskala just places it wide. Oh, it almost bounced for Hugo War, and Hugo War stops it. And it's surely no.
Look at Carruth.
And Carruth has got hold of War.
He's literally sold the mitts and throwing punches.
Carruth should be thanking Hugo War because the puck coming back in actually hit War and stopped it going over the line.
I wonder if that's the end of Matt Carruth tonight. I don't know. I don't think he threw any punches, but I mean,
I think a 2 for roughing is fair enough there. I don't think that's worth a sending from the game. I mean, you see, War goes down there. It's not his fault. He's actually pushed down, and then Carruth just sees red and starts ragdolling Hugo War, and it's whether he hits him with his blocker still on. I can't see if he's still got his.
No, I don't think he throws any punches, if I'm honest.
Blaze. To Jack Hopkins. Hopkins looking to get Tolberg back in, but now it's with Sam Hare. Hare goes towards the net, behind the net, needs to get it back out in front, and now there's a fight. It's Tetlow and Constable. I think there was something behind the play with Mitch Fossier. Constable and Tetlow, it's a bit stalemate at the moment. Tetlow trying to get his arm free now. Constable coming back, and now they just come together. Not really much in the way of punches flown, but that's got the crowd going.
Yeah, exactly what you said. I think it was all, there was a, Fossier made a pass, a really good hit on Fossier, clean hit, but a big hit, and then I assume it was Constable, and, you know, Tats is looking for that Gordie Howe, he just needs the assist now, so.
I would assume it would be 5 each. Yeah, 5 each are fighting. That seems to be being signalled by Tom Perring in front of us. See here.
Throws it back to himself in his own zone. Check comes in from Regish. See Cole's back to help out defensively after trying to jump up offensively, and now there's going to be some pushing and shoving in front with Diedrich
Hembrandt and Mike Kennedy. Are they going to fight? They are! Hembrandt and Kennedy. A couple of lefts from Kennedy. Hembrandt throwing some rights here. Mike Kennedy trying to get an arm free. They end up on the ice, and 2 games in 2 days, and we have a couple of spirited fights with Grayson Constable and Josh Tetlow last night. Mike Kennedy and Diedrich Hembrandt here at the Skydome Marina, with Mike Kennedy trying to fire up the Blaze fans.
Incredibly professional performance by the Panthers. At the end of the day, they're not going to want to allow a team to come and win a trophy in their building as some checks come flying in. And now here we go. And there's a big coming together on the boards. Oh, flying in there. There's going to be some penalties here. Everybody on the ice involved. Fists flying in. Marin's in there. Carpenter's in there. Wickers is in there. Lambos in the box as well.
Oh yeah, it was a bit of a not a great hit down there from Morin, we'll say. There was a little bit of retaliation. I don't think the first one on Morin was called, so as you say, it might end up being a Giants power play, but I didn't really like that first hit by Morin, but
it was certainly charging, I think, that will be on the Panthers.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the way. Valorant cuts inside, tried to get a shot away, but Betteridge had stuck tight to him all the way. I think he blocked the shot in the end. Here goes Hembrandt. And we've got a fight behind the play. Everything has come to a stop. We've got a 2 against 1 in the Panthers' defensive zone, and Valorant is the meat in the sandwich.
Yeah, Valorant is there, and it's Stephenson that a couple of hacks and whacks, and Valorant finally turned around and chopped them back. I'm not sure.
Well, Niskola is the first to be shown to the penalty box.
Yeah. Realistically, you'll see it on the boards coming up. There's a cross-check coming right here, coming up. There's the cross-check. Valorant turns around, gives him a little chop back on the legs, and then there's another chop on the hands. And then they come back, and that's when Valorant. And then you can see who the third man in is.
Well, that's Niskola.
Niskola's the third man, so.
Stephenson doesn't get any further than the red line. Big collision that sends a couple of players down, and Shudra didn't appreciate it. It was Simpson who was knocked down. I'm not sure which Panthers player it was involved in the collision. Is it Wickers? No, it's like it's Kelsall. It's 14. Goal Shudra came right in on. I'm sure he's the one who's going to go to the penalty box here.
Yeah, a couple of old acquaintances through juniors. Simpson just looks up and Kelsall's already in the way. And Shudra comes in and sort of grabs him and rustles him down to the ice. No punches thrown, just a little bit of a let you know you can't really do that too much, but the hit was pretty fair, to be fair.
Through. In the end, made a paddle save. That one is still loose. Can the Steelers jam it in? There's a penalty coming in here against the Panthers, but Stojanovic has kept the puck out. But we're going to have a little bit of a wrestle and maybe a through punches as well. Jana Toinen involved, and Alfaro in there too.
Yeah, Alfaro's in the middle of it again. I love to see the replay of that, how much Stojanovic's leg actually gets a hold of this puck, because there's some major battling out in front when this starts bouncing around. You'll see it come out in front here. Bouncing, surprising the first one, and right there. You can see it, but the penalty was called. I'm not sure. The penalty was just before all of that.
I think it is against the Panthers. Their penalty box door is the one that's open.
There's the hook on the hands right there. From that angle, you can see it's the hook on the hands on Simpson when he comes in to take the puck and try and put.
A trip back, but Schoonberg blocked by Spencer. And Bounds is doing all he can. Spencer doing all he can. And now it's playoff hockey. There's a big hit by Spencer. He's out of position. And now looking for the hat trick was her. And we've got a fight in behind, as it is Alfaro and Bush. And we've got some action down the other end, as her and Brandt down the other end are going after each other. And you can see Bush had enough, and down in this end, well, it's all happening. It's all happening, and you'd expect that at 3-0 there would be frustration for the Cardiff Devils. Bush taking measures into his own hands against Alfaro, and Riley Brandt trying to get at Doherty. So what they're saying is, because we were watching down the other end, obviously Bush jumped Alfaro. Alfaro kind of defended himself and is probably going to get 2 minutes for roughing, but it's 5 in a game for Bush.